So I had one of my good friends stop by today, and we had an interesting conversation that I wanted to share a little bit about. And it really boiled down to not really appreciating the job that you have now. For this individual, it's kind of a little bit of a soul sucking kind of a thing. And we got to talking about future plans and where, I know this is going to come as a surprise, but I talked about what's your purpose? Where do you want to be? And all of that. Um, surprise, surprise. And it was kind of an interesting conversation that, the job that he has is not terrible, but it's also not fulfilling. It doesn't align with his quest overall. And so I was asking, about where they want to go and where they want to be and how do we get there. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about the advice that I gave after the intro. Welcome to my journey of self-discovery, life balance, career success, and business creation. This podcast works to answer the question of how successful professionals like us stop drifting and get focused on keeping our careers and businesses growing rapidly while having a full, balanced, and vibrant life that we absolutely love. What we call the Third Power Life. And this is the Third Power Life Podcast. So I guess this really comes down to when you have a job that does not fulfill your soul, that doesn't, fulfill that place in you that is greater than what you are, that, it's not in alignment with your quest, with your purpose of where you want to go in your life. How do you deal with that? How do you take and create something that's going to be fulfilling when you don't have that in your current position? And so I wanted to share with you the advice that I gave, and it's very much in line with what I talk with my coaching clients about. And so I wanted to share that. So really, it boils down to, I asked, what do you love to do? If you were to win the lottery today, you've paid off all of your bills, your children have their college paid for, and everything, your retirement account is set, you're set financially, and now you have free time. What are you going to do? So I'm asking you this question. What would you do if all of your financial worries were taken care of? You've got $1 million in the bank. You don't have to worry about anything. All your bills are paid off. What would you love to do? Interesting question. Now, how do we take that and turn it into something that will generate income for you, right? How can you turn your passion into something that will feed your family, that will, extend your legacy financially? And let's do that. And so, so I asked a few questions along those lines to get them thinking about, what can I do? How can I follow my passion and be able to make a living doing that? And then the last piece of advice I had was, you take your morning routine, and I talked about my morning routine, about doing my journal and, my meditation and all of that. And then The first thing I do in the morning while I'm still fresh, while I still have lots of emotional energy, I have creativity, is I do something towards what I love. For me personally, it's creating courses, it's creating content, it's doing my podcast, it's doing things that are allowing me to change the world for the better. It's not necessarily work. It's not necessarily my job, but it's what I love to do. So I was telling them, listen, take the time in the morning. If you're not going to the gym, take that time, that productive mental clarity time in the morning to work on what you want to do and what you would like to make you where you want to be able to make your money, where making a living is going to feed your soul, not deplete it. Because that's where they had been. It's where I've been before. Where work just sucked the soul out of me and made it's like, I don't want to do it anymore. Right? I think we've all been there with our jobs before. So how do you find what you do want to do? That when you do it, it's like, yes, this is me. This is who I am. How do we take that energy and harvest it and funnel it into where our purpose is taking us? So figure out, what is it that you're passionate about? What is it that you love to do? And then you take time every morning as part of your morning routine and funnel your creative energy into that and let it grow. That's what you do when you have a job that's not fulfilling. All right, my friends, that's my message for tonight. So find your passion, find what you love to do, and dedicate your morning hours to feed that and live your life to the third power. Until tomorrow, my friends. I'm glad you enjoyed this podcast. Please let us know what impacted you in today's episode. You can join our Discord or Facebook community to connect with like-minded people that want a real third power life. You can go to thirdpowerlife.com or look in the show notes for links. And remember, hit that like, subscribe, and rate button for the Third Power Life podcast. Until next time.